What's up, Ravens fans? We're down to crunch time. 2 games left in the regular season. The Ravens are eyeing up a postseason bid this year.
So am I.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Eyes on that.
There's lots of questions about the playoffs in this week's mailbag. The first one comes to us from Charles Brown's 08. Charles wants to know, for the third straight year, the Ravens control their own destiny. But what makes this year different?
Well, also for the third straight year, they're 8-6 at this very point in the season. Here's why it's different this year. Because the Ravens are a better team than they were the past 2 years. Simple as that. I mean, you look back at last year, and I think the Ravens were a good team, but I think some of their flaws were camouflaged a little bit. They went up against a number of teams with backup quarterbacks starting those games. I think that definitely helped them get on a roll. This year, it's been different. I think that the Ravens have gotten on a roll because of who they are. Now, yes, they haven't played the best defenses, and I think the Chargers will pose the best defensive test that Lamar Jackson will see yet or has seen yet. But the Ravens are zigging when other teams are zagging. Yeah. And I think that that's made them a dangerous team and kind of it's a difference maker down the stretch in these final 2 games. Teams aren't prepared. They don't know what Ravens team is coming in. You know, it's not the same old Ravens where you've seen Joe Flacco. You know what the Ravens do. This is not your same old Ravens that we've all been talking about.
Sound like Eric Weddle.
Exactly. You know, the Ravens are just pounding people in their mouth with the run game. I think Lamar Jackson continues to get better. This defense is better than it was last year. So I think that the Ravens, when you boil it down, they're just better.
Yeah, I think they're also unconventional. That's what you're speaking to. I've compared it to when in the college level, you see a team go play like an option team, play Navy, and they're kind of struggling to figure out what they do. Yeah, you're not used to seeing it. It's difficult to defend. So, all right, let's keep it moving. This question comes to us from Ranson Ravens. And the question here is name 2 or 3 players who could unexpectedly help the Ravens upset the Chargers. Yeah, this is interesting. I'll give you a couple. How about Cyrus Jones?
Yeah.
He's a kind of an explosive returner. Now, we had the miscue last week.
Go from the doghouse to hero,
I think so. I'm not really worried about that. I think he just made a bad decision in the moment, but he, to me, has been so sure-handed. He's kind of brought a dynamic element to that punt return position, which the Ravens needed before he moved into the lineup there. Another guy, and this is a big name, but what about Michael Crabtree? He's been really absent since Lamar Jackson has taken over as the starting quarterback. Last week, no catches, no yards for him. He's got 1 touchdown in his last 8 games. So if the Ravens could find a way to get him the ball, particularly in the red zone, I think that they could they're going to need to score touchdowns. They're not going to have to, settling for field goals against this Chargers offense is not going to get the job done. Yeah. So who are the guys you go to down in the red zone? I think that he is somebody to watch.
Yeah, I like that. You know another name? I like Chris Moore. Scored the touchdown last week, so maybe it's not a complete surprise, but I think if the Chargers take away Willie Snead, like you're talking about, some other wide receivers are going to have to step up and make some plays. Crabtree, I think Chris Moore could be another guy who he's shown a little bit of chemistry here with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Last question comes from Tevin Barksdale, and the question is, do y'all plan on trading Joe Flacco this offseason? I do think that there's a possibility that Joe could be traded this offseason. I think, obviously, Joe's not going to be the backup next year at his current salary number. That's obvious. Now, does that mean Joe's released, or does that mean he's traded? The better of those 2 scenarios for the Ravens is to trade him because it's the same financially, but you're getting something in return. Now, if you do release him, there's a little bit of a financial difference because if it's a post-June 1 cut, then you can split the cap hit on 2 different seasons. We're getting into the weeds here. But anyway,
gritty accounting stuff right here.
Exactly, yeah. I'm trying to play the best Pat Moriarty I can. But yes, I think that the Ravens could trade Joe Flacco because the quarterback market could be kind of hot this offseason. The quarterback class in next year's draft is not considered to be that great like it was last year. So I think you're going to have some teams that are looking for a proven veteran Super Bowl winner. I mean, how many times does a Super Bowl winning quarterback hit the free agency market or is just available, period?
Yeah.
Right? So teams might be willing to give up something to the Ravens just to kind of get a head start and not have to bid with other teams in free agency.
Yeah, I think this is something we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks and months as we get into the offseason. So that does it for us this week in Ravens Mailbag. But as always, we'd love to hear from you guys. So send in those questions on social media every single week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.